Or if you go out and get someone who is
Oh
even
boy.
better than Travis
Stop.
Konechny at his peak.
No.
He is what
Stop it.
people, the biggest Travis Konechny stands,
Uh,
think he can be this guy. Mitch Marner is, as Joe takes a sip of his beverage there, Mitch Marner is the best available free agent on the market. We've had Martinez on. He's a big preacher of, don't get the best available, get the best when they're available. But
yeah.
Mitch Marner, no, he's not a center. I understand that. He's 28. He's not a young winger you want to pair with this core, but I don't think people realize how good Mitch Marner is. Like, he's a top 10 player scoring wise in the league since he's come in, top 8 and
Well,
since
in the
he's
regular
been
season.
in the regular season. Yes, I would love to get to the playoffs. I would love to watch my team disappoint in the playoffs. You have to get in the playoffs and disappoint to take that next step. Like, we're seeing that with the Hurricanes. Like, I don't know if they're going to, they could win tonight. They could win tonight by the time you guys are listening to this, but like, Mitch Marner, people are like, oh, how's he going to deal with the Philadelphia media, Toronto media? Toronto media is like how the Eagles are covered here times 10. It's like, it's the team in the city, the Hockey Hall of Fame, hockey capital there is Toronto. If he come to Philly, the problem is too many right wings. I get that. You trade out Tippett for a center. Imagine Konechny would be willing to go on the left side, as he has done sometimes with Michkov. It would be very expensive. I understand that, but like, go ahead, Joe. What are your thoughts?
No. You finish your thought. I
No,
am just.
I'm just rambling on here on pretty much what I said in my article on ProStreetHockey.com that had got tons of comments. I did not read them. I'm sure they didn't like it as much, but I've seen also discourse on social media about like, oh, why would the Flyers go after Mitch Marner? They don't need him. But I mean, every team in the NHL needs Mitch Marner. That's my
right.
point.
Right. No, he's great. But you know what? There are going to be other Mitch Marners in the future when it makes more sense to do it. Like, you don't need to do it now. Also, he can't score in the playoffs, so like, what's the point?
We'll have Matt Michkov to show up in the playoffs. We've seen him show up in big games before against his fellow countrymen. So Matt Michkov would be the face of the franchise still. Like, Marner would be able to, kind of fly under the radar a bit. Like,
he's not the face of the franchise in Toronto. He's like the third guy.
Well, he's right up there. It's like, oh, Matthews and Marner. The M&M boys. Come to Philly, be the M&M boys with Michkov and Marner.
I would rather work out a trade. What if the Flyers sign Marner and then trade him back to Toronto for Matthews?
Matthews is definitely injured at some point this year.
He said
playing. He said it was injured. Yeah, he didn't want to get into
in preseason, like in training camp, and he played with the injury all year. That's stupid. Like, I know hockey players are like, here you go to play through it. I'm like, dude, you can play through it all you want, but once the playoffs roll around and you're still hurt and you're not helping anybody, and his stat line really shows it.
Yeah. Matthews was not as good, but also the man to target from Toronto is John Tavares. We've talked about it before. He's a center. He's 34. Cap
to sign.
To sign.
I thought you meant to blame. I was like,
no. To sign is John Tavares. Cap wages projects $8 million cap hit for 3 years. 34 years old, but it's a matter of where does he want to go, because he could very well go to one of these contending teams. He could go to like Colorado or like Vegas or something and have a great chance to win a cup that he hasn't done yet. So that's why it's always tough to talk about bringing in these big name free agents that haven't won yet, that are in their mid to late 30s. But yeah, you said like wait for when better players are available, and we can look at next year's free agent class. McDavid, Kaprizov, Eichel, Kyle Connor, Panarin, Marty Necas, Kempe, Ovechkin, Alex Tuck,
Makar.
But like Makar, yeah. But like, we also saw this summer there was supposed to be a bunch of names like that, like Draisaitl. There was Rantanen was potentially out there if he didn't resign, or he didn't sign an extension. Like, a lot of these names are not going to reach free agency, and it's looking like Marner is, and he might be the best player available in free agency for the next 3 years.
I don't know, man. Flyers still need like a middle six center next year, right? There's a guy becoming a free agent. He's 34 years old. goes by the name of Kevin Hayes. You know,
I was like, who am I missing on this list that could actually be good? No, then
you know who would fix the Flyers defense? Shea Weber.
Trey Weber, bring him back. Flyers
back. Carey Price, that'll fix the goaltending.
Yeah. And then 2027, you got Kucherov, Makar, Crosby, Quinn Hughes, DeBrincat, Nico Hischier, Batherson, Stone, Jared McCann, Teuvo Teravainen, Jason Zucker, Ryan O'Reilly. But that's 2 years down the line. You have no idea what you're going to need by then. Like maybe Luchenko by then shows he can be a top 6 center. Maybe the Flyers get a center in this draft or trade for a center, and you don't need a center anymore. So
yeah,
like there is the chance that there are going to be better players available in the coming off seasons. But if Marner is there and like you don't have to get a center. We see in Dallas, Mikko Rantanen, he's not a center. Rupe Hintz is a center, and he's a good 1C, but he's not an elite 1C. So I'm going to be on this Marner train until he signs elsewhere. I feel like, yeah, he's 28, but we've seen players go into their 30s still putting up good production. And as he declines, we'll see Michkov get better and better, maybe kind of flip-flop roles there. But yeah, you can't write off going after the best player available in free agency when he's a top 10 winger in the league.
No, I get the logic behind it. I just think the money the Flyers would have to commit to make him come here, not going to be worth it. I don't care that the cap's going up. Like, I don't care that he's the best regular season winger in one of the best regular season wingers in the league. Like, I don't think it would work here. I also don't think Briere and Jonesy would be like, yeah, that guy's got it.
That is one of the issues. Tocchet did coach him at the Four Nations, so there might be something there. Obviously, Konechny and Sanheim played there as well. But I mean, Marner, yeah, he doesn't score a ton, but he had 13 points in 13 playoff games this year, 3 and 7 last year. 2 years ago, 14 points in 11 games. But he's a passer, he's a playmaker, and I know the Flyers need more shooters and scorers, but like
we need the playmakers. All of our guys are shooters.
We need both. We need playmakers and scorers.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
But no, I mean Forster's a shooter. If you keep Tippett, he's a shooter. Like
TK.
We'll see what centers we get in the draft or free agency or trade for. We don't know what they're going to be.
Forster, Tippett, TK. Michkov, I think, is a goal scorer more than he is a playmaker, but his playmaking is still quite good. Who am I forgetting? And Brink's kind of a facilitator. And oh shoot, there's a winger I'm forgetting, isn't there? No. TK, Michkov, Tippett,
Forster, Brink, Pelletier. Forgot about Pelletier.
Pellets. I don't know what he is. I know that's what Torts said. Like, I don't know what he is, but I don't really know what he is or what he's going to be.
He's going to be a wild card going into training camp. Like, where is he even going to play?
If he sticks with the Flyers, like, do they sign him to a contract? Do they trade his rights? Do they? I don't know, man.
Yeah, he is an RFA. Everyone's just talking about, Cates, Forster, and York, but Pelletier is an RFA. He's going to get probably a small deal, but yeah.
If he stays with the Flyers, that's the thing. But Briere likes him, and he showed a lot after Torts got fired. So
yeah,
I
think he'll stick around. It seems like I can't imagine he doesn't enjoy the locker room with all those other young guys in there. But yeah, and the age thing with Marner, I'm not too fussed about, because like we talked about, you need that core, and right now there are only older players on the team. Couturier is 32, Konechny 28, Tippett 26, Cates 26. Hathaway, Delaurier, but they're up there. Like you need like a more experienced forward to go with these younger guys. Like I don't know. I just feel like Marner should not be, like I said, written off as like a don't go after him.
I mean, if he calls you, you don't hang up the phone. But I'm not picking up the phone to try and get something done.
Yeah.